MLB Draft a little shortened, just 5 rounds. Let's take a look at who the Indians picked. Selected a high school shortstop, Carson Tucker. First overall, some college pitchers, another high school shortstop as well. Don't make too much of the shortstops. Those guys tend to be some of the better athletes, and they're not necessarily going to stick as shortstops. Indians also seem to draft a lot of high school shortstops. Some local guys celebrating today as well. Dylan Dingler from Ohio State and Jackson High. First pick in the second round of the Tigers. Kyle Nicholas, his teammate at Jackson, went to Ball State, was selected by the Marlins between the second and third rounds. And in the fourth round from St. Edward's High School, Mac Wainwright, selected the prep guy. And we are now joined by Mackenzie Wainwright. Mac, first of all, congratulations going to the Cincinnati Reds. Just some reactions staying close to home and achieving what was a dream in being drafted in the Major League Baseball draft.
First off, thank you. I appreciate it. Staying close to home was kind of a thing for me. I wanted to do it so my parents could come see me play without having to worry about flying. I actually was pretty interested in the Indians as well, but I'm glad I'm still in Ohio so they can drive down 4 hours and come see me. Everybody's faces were lit up. Nobody had any words really. It was just kind of like we were all in shock that it happened so fast. We went from one moment watching TV and playing games with my friends to the next moment being on the phone and pretty much being told I'm going to get drafted. So that was pretty fun.
How tough was it? You didn't get to play your high school season this year. I know you didn't get to play much of a high school season last year. You were banged up. How tough was it not being able to play at all in the spring?
It was tough for me. I actually thought it was going to hurt me more than it was going to help me. Just thinking about all the things that played out, I was hurt. Not everybody got to see me play, and so I was like, I didn't know what was going to happen. There were a lot of teams that were questioning about me because they haven't seen enough of me, and I was like, I just hope for the best, and I knew God had me, and so I just put it in His hands and said, go ahead and take me where you want to take me, and so I'm glad to be here.
Now, you know, the alternative wasn't bad either. You had a scholarship to Ohio State, so you knew you were going to be playing baseball, but the ultimate goal had to be Major League Baseball. Has it sunk in yet? I know it's less than 24 hours after. You know, you had the ability to be a Major League player.
It hasn't necessarily sunk in yet, but I'm sure it will in the next couple of days. I'm still getting a lot of phone calls from family and friends and getting congratulated, and so it's just been an amazing couple of days so far. No complaints at all. I'm just enjoying it and taking it all in. It's a once in a lifetime thing.
I know you played in some wood bat showcases and how much did that help? How comfortable are you with that? And tell me some of the things that you learned in doing that.
So I've been doing it since I was 14. So I had to get comfortable very soon. I was playing against higher competition, and as well as that, it was also harder for me to get as many hits because of one, I wasn't using metal bat, so I couldn't cheat. And so I had to learn very quickly that it's going to take a grind, and sometimes you have to grind it out. And so for me, I adjusted pretty well. I think now I'm way more comfortable with a wood bat than I am with a metal bat. I actually prefer to use wood bat. So now that I know I don't have to pick up another metal bat, I'm pretty happy about that.
You also did really well in a showcase type thing in February. How much did that help? And what did you see from the reports that I have seen? You showed a lot of power. Is that something that just seems to keep going? The other thing I guess I need to point out, you're only 17, so you're still kind of growing and maturing physically as well.
Yes, that helped a lot. One, because I haven't played in a year, so a lot of people still didn't get to see me. And two, I think it boosted my confidence just for myself and for my family, and not kept me down anymore. I felt like I was kind of like I was down and I didn't know what to do. I was constantly talking to my dad, and it was an issue because I felt like there was so much that I could have did more before I got hurt, and it was just like I can't control me being hurt, and so I was just hoping for the best. I think body-wise, as me being a 17-year-old and still growing, I think it just keeps increasing with my power because the more I get bigger, the more I work out, it ends up just shooting up, and I was actually surprised to see it. because it went from being kind of average to above average, and I was pretty happy to see that jump.
Um, Completely healthy right now? I know you were banged up
Yes.
before. Okay. And then the other thing, what have the Reds told you when they talked to you last night and let you know that you were their pick? What did they tell you?
Pretty much, they told me just be ready to hear your name called. And right after they called my name, about 10 minutes later, I got a phone call, and they were just congratulating me and talking to me about how they told me that it would be nice to have me on the team. And it felt good to hear that, because now I know I'm a part of a family and brotherhood.
Were you concerned at all when the draft got shortened so much? I mean, I'm sitting here thinking, man, that would be tough being a guy that's in this draft. It's just 5 rounds now, and the back end of that is kind of iffy. Were you concerned that that might delay the dream when you found out it was just five rounds?
No, I wouldn't necessarily have concern. I was kind of consistently talking to my advisor, and it felt like we had good connection, and he was getting a lot more information than what I thought I was going to get. And so he kind of kept me head looking forward and not looking back, and said pretty much it is what it is. We're going to have to see what happens. Nobody knows anything for sure. There's a lot of guys I talked to over that process, and I was on a lot of teams' boards. So I was in play for a lot of people, and I'm glad I actually got picked. A lot of people would have doubted me getting picked because I didn't play for a year and I was hurt. So I'm pretty glad I proved it to myself and my family that I can do it.
Does that make it a little extra special too that the Reds saw that in you and believed in you? Does that give you a little extra to want to prove that the Reds were right in doing that?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm always going to put the chip on my shoulder, and so for them to take me and say we trust you and we're going to put our money into you and invest in you, that means the world to me, because I'm always going to play like I'm the best out there, and I'm not going to ever slow down. I'm just going to work my butt off all the time.
Mac Wainwright, congratulations. Really happy for you. Stay in touch. We
Thank
appreciate it. We'll look forward to following you throughout the Reds organization.
Thank you. Sounds good.
Appreciate it, sir.